Okay, so welcome back. It seems like it's only been a few days since the last time I recorded one of these messages, but we are now in September. If you can believe that, summer was here and gone in a flash. So, as always, I'm Mindy Gotting, your NAPO board president, and I'm really excited to introduce you to my guest today. Today, we're talking about some upcoming educational information and a new program or new-ish program that NAPO has launched recently. So I am joined today by Matt Beyer. Matt is here in his capacity as a member of our Nominating and Leadership Development Committee. But welcome, Matt, and I'd love to just have you introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit more about yourself and your business.
Sure. Thanks, Wendy. Matt Beyer Organizing out of Stamford, Connecticut. I've been with NAPO since 2004. And I love NAPO, so always happy to help.
Matt, you and I have the same anniversary year. That must mean
All right.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
We've
I
been
think,
in it
I
for the
think
long
that's,
haul.
yeah. Yeah.
And I think what's interesting about that is, as veteran members, and we are also colleagues in our special interest group for multi-person businesses. So we both have teams with employees who work in the field under our company brand. And we still find time and opportunity to contribute to NAPO in leadership roles and find that it continues to give back and we're seeing returns that we bring back into our own business. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. So, let just tell us a little bit about what's happening right now with nominating and leadership development. You all are in the very early stages of your process, but I know that your timelines are pretty sharp. So just tell us what's going on with that committee, and then we'll dive into a little bit more specifics about Next to Lead.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much we can say, but we are looking at potential candidates for next year's board. We will prepare interviews, and yeah, we've got great looking potential candidates coming up, and we're really excited for thrilled with this year's board, and excited about the next year's.
Yes, fantastic. That's always such an exciting process to see our smart, thoughtful NAPO leaders kind of bubbling up and moving into different roles and having a greater impact. And nominating leadership is always so intentional with the quality of candidates that they bring to board service. So it's a very, very important role, and we really appreciate you serving in that
Yeah, a
capacity.
lot goes into it. I can tell you that.
Yes, I know it. I've been through a couple rounds of interviews on this side of it, so
Yeah,
I can only imagine. So,
yeah,
a couple of years ago, I'm going to just give little bit of background for the people who are watching. So, a couple of years ago, we identified an opportunity to basically dig a little deeper and take a couple steps further back in the leadership development process. So until that time, our leadership nominating and leadership development committee was really focused primarily on board service and finding candidates that would serve at the board level. And a couple of years ago, we had conversations in the boardroom and realized we really had an opportunity to allow people to generate and nurture those leadership skills much earlier in their NAPO journey. And so from that very early conversation, we created this Next to Lead program. So I know, Matt, you're involved with Next to Lead. So tell us a little bit more about what the program is. And, I obviously gave a little background of why NAPLE created it, but I'm just curious to hear what conversations were happening in the committee room.
yeah. So many times we think leadership and personal development can wait. You put it on a back burner, but these skills are often very necessary to take your business to the next level. NAPO wants to make learning leadership skills easier. So, through NAPO's new Next to Lead program, NAPO members have an opportunity to build, strengthen, and develop those leadership skills and learn with like minded peers from leaders around the world. Next to Lead is basically a point community that has monthly leadership topics for learning, discussions. The group has moderators that present the topics and discussion questions.
Yes, I've been following your recent discussion about building the skill of foresight, which of course was really landing and hitting home for me in my board service. And I did notice that several previous board members were weighing in about sort of how they had applied these skills and what they had learned about foresight specifically when they served on the NAPO board.
Yeah, yeah, that's great to see the involvement at all levels.
Absolutely. And so, what is your role with Next to Lead?
I am one of those moderators who present the topics and discussion questions.
And do you get to decide what the topics are going to be, or is there a curriculum?
So that is new this year. I'm starting to get involved with that. So yeah, I'm trying to come up with some ideas. I particularly like the short little videos that are sort of it's something a little bit out of the ordinary to sort of get people talking. So looking for those.
Well, and I'm very envious now of that seat that you're in because obviously, as a leader yourself, you get to kind of pick and choose what the content is. So you might be
Yeah,
going after, information that would benefit you, and then it's going to serve the rest of us as well. That's
that's a good
awesome.
point. Yeah, one of the benefits.
Okay, so tell me, or just explain to us, Matt, like who's the right fit to get involved with Next to Lead? Why would I want to participate in the Next to Lead program if I weren't doing so already?
Yeah, really anyone who wants to learn leadership skills should get involved. The benefit is that you can grow your business by learning these skills, and also you're learning with others in the same or similar industries, and it's free to all NAPO members.
That's awesome. And so give us some examples. So we already talked about
Yeah.
foresight, but give us some other examples of some of the topics or skills that are being explored in Next to Lead.
Yep. We explore change management, influence without authority, how great leaders inspire action, leading effective meetings, thinking strategically, challenging conversations, delegation and accountability, and emotional intelligence, to name a few.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is a stacked agenda.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
big, meaty topics. And so for someone who is saying to themselves, well, I don't have employees, so I don't necessarily think of myself as a leader. What would you say to that person?
Yeah. I was in that position myself. That doesn't seem not too long ago, but um, I've always thought that I would benefit by being in a position where what would be the benefits of having additional people. But even as a solo entrepreneur, um, you take a more commanding approach with your consultations and your sales calls, and in your organizational way of thinking on those calls when you have developed some leadership skills. So even if you don't have a plan of having a team, um, or don't have a plan of being part of the leadership committee on NAPO, which you should, um,
Good
there's
plug.
definitely benefits for learning leadership skills for a solopreneur.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like for me, I define leadership as showing up in the world with confidence and your ability to influence people. And that serves in a
Absolutely.
myriad of different ways. But really, any type of interpersonal interaction or group interaction, these leadership skills that you're describing and the topics that we're exploring with Next to Lead
Hmm.
are going to have a positive impact on just your presence, really, in any
Yes,
room.
agreed. Absolutely. Well
Mhm.
put. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I heard that there were some exciting upcoming events happening. Can you tell us about those?
Indeed, there are. We're starting some live events beginning this month on September 28th with a Strengths Finder workshop. Gallup's Clifton Strengths Assessment identifies the most powerful strengths in leaders and those of the people working on their teams. Once these strengths are known, leaders can make the most of the talents and maximize productivity and morale in the organization. So knowing these strengths helps us to confidently self-select the best opportunities available. So yeah,
I
live
love
events.
StrengthsFinder. I've been using StrengthsFinder for my own professional development
Mm-hmm.
for over a decade now. We've completely integrated it into what we do with my employees in abundance organizing, and
Mm-hmm.
we've used it in the NAPO boardroom. So, what an amazing tool! That's really exciting, and that's going to
Yeah,
be a live conversation.
that's right. Yep, starting this month.
Okay. So, how does someone get involved with Next to Lead? If I didn't know about Next to Lead before watching this video and I'm like, gosh, I want to take advantage of that,
Yep.
how do I do that?
So if you go to the Point main page, just above the recent discussions post, there is a Next to Lead widget. Click on that, and you can sign up for the community. And yeah, that's it. Then just watch for posts and join the conversation.
Yeah, and it's just like any other point committee. So whether you're involved or point community, excuse me. So whether you're involved in Member Connect or a SIG or new to NAPO, there's no barrier to entry, right, Matt?
Absolutely.
You can opt in at
More the
any
merrier.
time. Right. Okay. And then you can select how frequently you want to receive the messages, if you want them in real time or if you want a daily digest. It's all the same settings as any
That's
other
right.
point community. So you can really manage your inbox flow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Matt, before we close today, I'm so thrilled that you've been here with us. Is there
Okay.
anything else you'd like to share about Next to Lead and the vision of the program and what's going to be happening going forward?
Yeah, the vision really is that it'll be next to Lead become a vibrant point community that will help develop leaders and elevate our industry.
Amazing. Well, that is a worthy cause. We really appreciate you putting your skills and abilities in the ring for us on that path. And
My
thank
pleasure.
you for being here today. I encourage all of you who are watching to check out Next to Lead and get involved in the conversation because there are really some important skills that we're developing in that community.
Thanks, Mindy.
Thank you. Until next month, thanks for watching as always, NAPO, and have a great September.